In the annals of military history, as the dust of World War II settled and the Cold War loomed, a new force emerged from the arid landscapes of the Middle East, poised to redefine the very essence of warfare. Welcome to the formidable arsenal of Israel, a nation whose very existence has been etched by the crucible of conflict, leading to the creation of some of the world's most advanced and experimental weaponry. From the establishment of Israel in 1948, the urgency of its precarious position spurred innovation at an unparalleled rate. The Merkava, meaning chariot, stands as a testament to this innovation. Designed in the 1970s, this battle tank was not just a weapon, it was a symbol of Israel's indomitable spirit, combining formidable firepower with the unmatched protection of its crew. But the Merkava was just the beginning. Enter the world of cyber warfare, where Israel's elite unit 8,200 delved into the digital realm, pioneering cyber tactics that would leave adversaries scrambling in the dark. Then there's the Iron Dome, a marvel of missile interception technology, which since its deployment in 2011 has saved countless lives by intercepting rockets mid-air, turning potential tragedies into mere spectacles in the sky. Yet amid these marvels of technology, one must ponder, as esteemed physicist and father of the atomic bomb, J. Robert Oppenheimer did, quoting the Bhagavad Gita, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." How does the very essence of such powerful weaponry reconcile with the values of preservation and defense? Can you fathom the weight of responsibility that comes with wielding such power? Join us as we embark on a journey into the heart of Israel's technological prowess, exploring the stories, the minds, and the innovations that have shaped its modern military landscape. Welcome to the Diary of Julius Caesar. Shields in the Sky, the tale of Iron Dome and Iron Beam. In the heart of Israel, where ancient history intertwines with modern innovation, the story of the Iron Dome unfolds. The Iron Dome's inception traces back to the mid-2000s, when a rising number of rocket attacks posed significant threats to the nation's civilian areas. Rafael Advanced Defense Systems, an Israeli defense technology company, partnered with the Israel Defense Forces to address this imminent threat. By 2011, their brainchild, the Iron Dome, was operational. As rockets soared through the skies, the Iron Dome's radar system, developed in collaboration with Elta Systems, pinpointed their trajectories. With a swift elegance, Tamir interceptor missiles were launched, neutralizing the incoming threats with remarkable precision. Brigadier General Zvika Haimovich, once the chief of Israel's aerial defense, was often heard remarking, "The hand of innovation is as mighty as the hand of defense." Yet, the marvel of the Iron Dome wasn't just its technological prowess, but also its adaptability. The system could differentiate between rockets that posed genuine threats to populated areas and those destined for open fields. This strategic discernment not only saved resources, but also countless civilian lives. Amidst the admiration for the Iron Dome, many might overlook its lesser-known counterpart, the Iron Beam. While the Iron Dome tackled short-range rockets and artillery shells, the Iron Beam was designed to counter even shorter-range threats, like drones and mortars using directed energy. Harnessing the power of lasers, the Iron Beam was an answer to the rapidly changing dynamics of modern warfare. The whispers in the defense corridors often hinted that this was Israel's silent sentinel, working alongside its louder counterpart. Dr. Danny Gold, sometimes referred to as the father of the Iron Dome, once shared an anecdote from the early days of the system's development. He recalled a particularly challenging test phase where the interceptor missed its mark multiple times. Amidst the despair, a young engineer, Yael, scribbled a quote from Albert Einstein on the lab's whiteboard: "You never fail until you stop trying." It became the unofficial mantra that fueled late nights and relentless testing until success was achieved. Yet, amidst the tales of innovation, there's an often overlooked human side to these defense systems. Communities living near border areas, once resigned to the sounds of sirens and the fear of rockets, now found a renewed sense of normalcy. Children could play outside, and families could gather without the constant looming threat. An elderly resident of Ashkelon, a city frequently targeted by rockets, once quipped, "The Iron Dome doesn't just intercept rockets, it intercepts fear." Another curiosity lies in the naming conventions. While Iron Dome symbolically represented a shield protecting the nation, Iron Beam denoted precision and focus. Much like a laser beam, these names, chosen with care, reflected both the function and the spirit of the systems. General Ayel Zamir, a key figure in the Israeli defense establishment, once mused during a press conference, "Defense is not just about weapons and technology, it's about the spirit of a nation, the will to protect, and the drive to innovate." Indeed, the story of the Iron Dome and the Iron Beam is not just a testament to Israel's technological prowess, but also its indomitable spirit. Digital Guardians, Israel's quest in the cyber frontier. In the heart of the Middle East, nestled between the ancient cobblestones of Jerusalem and the innovation hubs of Tel Aviv, a digital revolution brews. Israel, a nation steeped in history, has emerged as a global vanguard in the realm of cybersecurity. The journey began in the late 1990s. As the world embraced the digital age, Israel recognized the evolving nature of threats. Gone were the days when battles were only fought on land, sea, and air. The digital realm emerged as the new battleground. Yitzhak ben Yisrael, often considered the godfather of Israel's cybersecurity initiative, foresaw the significance of this paradigm shift. In a conference in Herzliya in 1998, he declared, "The next war won't just be fought with missiles, it'll be fought with bytes and bits." Unit 8200, the elite intelligence corps of the Israel Defense Forces, played a pivotal role in shaping the nation's cybersecurity landscape. While their operations remain shrouded in secrecy, stories occasionally trickle out, painting a picture of young tech prodigies working tirelessly to defend the nation's digital frontiers. An anecdote narrates the tale of a 19-year-old soldier from Unit 8200 who detected and neutralized a sophisticated cyber attack targeting Israel's water supply. When later asked about his motivation, he simply said, "Water is life, protecting it is my duty." Tel Aviv, often dubbed the Silicon Wadi, became the epicenter of Israel's cyber endeavors. By the 2010s, the city was bustling with startups, incubators, and innovation labs dedicated to cybersecurity. The annual Cyber Week conference, hosted at Tel Aviv University, drew experts, innovators, and policymakers from around the globe. It was here in 2013 that Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu remarked, "In the cyber realm, the defender has to be right 100% of the time, while the attacker only has to succeed once. This asymmetry keeps me awake at night." But what truly set Israel apart was its unique melding of academia, military, and industry. Universities like Ben Gurion in Beersheba not only offered cutting-edge cybersecurity courses, but also partnered with the industry to drive research and innovation. Dr. Gabi Siboni, a prominent figure in Israeli cyber academia, often emphasized the need for this trinity, stating, "Knowledge, application, and innovation, these are the cornerstones of our cyber strength." One of the curiosities of Israel's cybersecurity ecosystem is the Human Firewall initiative. Instead of solely relying on technology, Israel invested heavily in training its citizens to recognize and report cyber threats. The rationale: technology might fail, but a vigilant citizenry could provide an added layer of defense. Amidst the bits and bytes, Israel's cyber journey had its fair share of tales of intrigue. Rumors whispered in the alleyways of Jerusalem spoke of a joint operation between Israel and the US, leading to the creation of the Stuxnet worm, a piece of malware that allegedly sabotaged Iran's nuclear program in 2010. While the details remain classified, Stuxnet showcased the profound impact of cyber warfare on geopolitics. Throughout its cybersecurity voyage, Israel drew inspiration from its rich tapestry of history and culture. The ancient walls of Jerusalem, which protected the city from invaders, were often likened to modern firewalls. Renowned historian Eli Barnavi once mused, "Just as our ancestors guarded these walls with vigilance, we must guard our digital walls with equal fervor." Wings without warriors, Israel's dance with drones. Amidst the golden dunes of the Negev desert, a silent revolution took flight. The skies of Israel, once dominated by the roar of fighter jets, began to witness the quiet hum of unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. These drones, pioneers of a new era, showcased Israel's prowess in blending technology with strategy. The 1970s marked the beginning of Israel's foray into the UAV domain. The Yom Kippur War of 1973 underscored the need for better reconnaissance capabilities. Visionaries like Abraham Karem, who later became renowned as the father of the Predator drone, initiated the development of early UAV prototypes in his garage in Tel Aviv. By the late 1970s, Israel had introduced its first operational UAV, the Tadiran Mastiff, designed primarily for surveillance. Throughout the 1980s, as border tensions escalated, Israel's UAVs played a pivotal role in intelligence gathering. The First Lebanon War in 1982 saw the IAI Scout drone in action, providing real-time data that proved invaluable to ground forces. Brigadier General Amos Lapidot, a former commander of the Israeli Air Force, once reflected, "The eye in the sky sees all, knows all." But the UAVs weren't just silent spectators. They evolved into dynamic players in Israel's defense strategy. The 1990s witnessed the introduction of the Heron and Searcher drones, equipped with advanced sensors and longer flight durations. They silently patrolled the borders, their cameras piercing the darkness of night, ensuring no threat went unnoticed. An intriguing episode from the late 90s speaks of a secretive operation in southern Lebanon. An Israeli UAV, while on a reconnaissance mission, captured footage of an enemy gathering. Instead of deploying fighter jets, the IDF used the drone's footage to coordinate a ground operation, minimizing collateral damage. This incident highlighted the changing dynamics of warfare, where brains often triumphed over brawn. Innovation wasn't confined to military hangars. Universities like Technion in Haifa became hotbeds for drone research. Professor Yitzhak Klein, a leading figure in aerospace engineering, once commented, "The UAV is not just a machine, it's a philosophy. It represents our quest to push boundaries without risking lives." As the new millennium dawned, Israel expanded its UAV horizons. Drones like the Eitan, with its impressive wingspan and altitude capabilities, were developed for long-haul missions. However, not all drones were giants. The Black Sparrow, a small UAV mimicking an incoming missile, was designed for defense drills, ensuring Israel's skies remained impregnable. The bustling streets of Jerusalem bore witness to another UAV marvel. Tales spoke of a drone the size of a dragonfly flitting around the city's ancient walls. This miniature marvel, aptly named the Nano Hummingbird, was rumored to be a spy drone, though its true purpose remains shrouded in mystery. A quote from David Ivry, a stalwart in Israel's defense sector, encapsulated the nation's UAV ethos. During a symposium in Herzliya in 2005, he mused, "Our ancestors read the stars. We read the data streams from our drones. Both guide us towards our destiny. Yet, amidst the tales of technology, the essence of Israel's UAV journey remains deeply human." An anecdote narrates the story of Yael, a young UAV operator. During a routine mission, her drone's camera captured a child stranded near a minefield. Yael, defying protocol, guided a rescue team using her drone's feed, ensuring a life was saved. When later asked about her decision, she simply said, "Drones might lack a heartbeat, but the person behind them doesn't." Merkava, the Iron Chariot's Odyssey through time. Nestled within the undulating landscapes of Israel, a behemoth was taking shape in the late 1970s. Not a creature of mythology, but a marvel of engineering, the Merkava main battle tank. Its name, meaning chariot in Hebrew, was inspired by ancient warriors, but its design was purely futuristic. The brainchild of General Israel Tal, a visionary military strategist, the Merkava was born out of necessity. Following the Yom Kippur War in 1973, Israel realized the pressing need for a battle tank tailored to its unique combat scenarios and terrains. General Tal, often fondly called Talik, envisioned a tank that prioritized crew protection above all else. He often remarked, A nation's true strength isn't its weapons, but its soldiers. The Merkava's inception in 1979 was groundbreaking. Unlike traditional designs where the engine was placed in the rear, the Merkava's engine was positioned in the front, acting as an additional shield for the crew. This design reflected Israel's ethos, the value of human lives over machinery. As the years rolled on, the Merkava evolved, with each iteration bearing the mark of Israel's combat experiences. The Merkava Mark II, introduced in 1983, boasted enhanced firepower and a new fire control system. But it wasn't just about offense. The Mark II's reinforced armor showcased Israel's continuous commitment to defense. By the 1990s, the Merkava Mark III roared into existence. With a more powerful engine and advanced modular armor, it was a force to be reckoned with. An anecdote from a training exercise in the Golan Heights speaks volumes about its prowess. A young tank commander, Avi, managed to navigate his Mark III through treacherous terrains that were deemed unpassable. Onlookers watched in awe as the tank, nicknamed the Mountain Goat for that exercise, scaled heights with an agility that belied its massive frame. The turn of the millennium witnessed the birth of the Merkava Mark IV. Debuting in 2004, it was a culmination of lessons learned from previous conflicts. Equipped with the trophy protection system, it could intercept anti-tank missiles, a feature that would later prove invaluable during skirmishes along the border. Yet, the Merkava's story isn't just about military might. It's peppered with tales of human spirit. Stories abound of crews customizing their tanks, etching names or painting symbols, infusing them with individuality. One such tale narrates the story of a tank named Shirley, christened so by its crew in honor of a beloved song from their training days. Major General Baruch Masliach, once at the helm of Israel's armored corps, highlighted the bond between the Merkava and its crew. In a gathering at Latrun, Israel's tank museum, he reflected, "The Merkava isn't just steel and firepower, it's sweat, tears, and memories." A curiosity about the Merkava is its adaptability beyond warfare. The tank's chassis has been repurposed for various civilian needs, including firefighting in challenging terrains. This duality of war machine and lifesaver is a testament to Israel's innovative spirit. Skyward Arrows, the flight of Israel's aerial guardians. Amidst the vast expanse of Israel's clear blue skies, a sophisticated protector emerges, the Arrow missile defense system. As the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East evolved in the late 1980s, Israel felt the pressing need for an advanced defense against long-range ballistic missiles. Enter the Arrow system, a joint venture between Israel Aerospace Industries and the American company Boeing. The initial conceptualization of the Arrow system began in the late 1980s. By 2000, the Arrow 1 had been replaced by the more advanced Arrow 2, designed specifically to intercept and destroy missiles at higher altitudes and greater speeds. This iteration became operational in 2000, setting the stage for a new era of aerial defense. Boaz Lev, a prominent figure in the IAI, remarked in 2002, "The sky is not our limit, it's our responsibility." It's said that during the development phase of Arrow 2, engineers faced a unique challenge. The system's computer had to make split-second decisions while filtering out a plethora of irrelevant data. Yuri Sinai, a software engineer on the project, ingeniously implemented algorithms inspired by nature, mimicking the way birds of prey lock onto their targets amidst distractions. By the 2010s, the threats Israel faced had evolved. There was a growing concern about missiles that could travel beyond the atmosphere and then re-enter, complicating interception. This led to the development of Arrow 3, operational by 2017. Unlike its predecessors, Arrow 3 had the ability to intercept missiles outside of the Earth's atmosphere, a feat akin to hitting a bullet with a bullet, as described by General Amnon Reshev, a key figure in the Arrow program's early days. While the technical advancements of the Arrow system are remarkable, tales of human spirit and innovation are interwoven into its fabric. An anecdote from the early testing days of Arrow 3 tells of a young technician named Lior, who noticed a minor discrepancy in the system's trajectory data. While initially dismissed, Lyell's persistence led to the discovery of a small calibration error. This eagle-eyed observation, as it was later dubbed, potentially saved the project from significant setbacks. The name Arrow wasn't just a representation of the system's swift and precise nature, it was symbolic of a nation's aspirations, always aimed skyward, seeking peace but prepared for challenges. Menachem Begin, a former Prime Minister of Israel, once said, "Peace is the beauty of life." While he wasn't directly referring to the Arrow system, these words encapsulate the essence of why such defense systems exist, to safeguard a nation's peace and way of life. Curiously, while the Arrow system was primarily a defense mechanism, its influence extended beyond the military realm. Universities and tech institutions in Israel experienced an uptick in interest in aerospace engineering, with students inspired by the Arrow's success. Professor Ziv Zalewski from Bar-Ilan University once mentioned in a lecture, "The Arrow system is not just a missile, it's a beacon for aspiring engineers." The Arrow system's international collaborations also fostered a sense of camaraderie. American and Israeli engineers often exchanged anecdotes about their unique challenges. One such tale speaks of an American engineer being baffled by the Israeli team's penchant for late-night espresso. "It's our secret fuel," joked an Israeli counterpart. Guardian of the Skies, the legacy of David's Sling. In the annals of Israel's storied defense history, a chapter remains dedicated to a system as poetic in name as it is powerful in function, David's Sling. Drawing its name from the biblical tale of David, who defeated the giant Goliath with a single stone from his sling, this defense system was crafted to tackle modern-day Goliaths, medium to long-range missile threats. The early 21st century saw a shift in the Middle Eastern geopolitical landscape. The threats Israel faced were no longer just from immediate neighbors, but also from adversaries armed with more advanced missile capabilities. Recognizing the evolving challenge, Israel, in collaboration with the United States, embarked on a mission in the mid-2000s to develop a system capable of intercepting these threats. Spearheaded by the visionaries at Rafael Advanced Defense Systems and Raytheon, David's Sling began its journey from blueprint to reality. Operational by 2017, David's Sling filled a crucial gap in Israel's multi-tiered defense strategy, nestled between the Iron Dome's short-range capabilities and the Arrow system's long-range interceptions. Dr. Amir Peretz, a key figure in Israel's defense establishment during the system's early development, once said during a conference in Haifa, "In the game of defense, every layer, every piece, is a step towards a safer horizon." Anecdotes from David's Sling's testing phases are replete with tales of challenges turned triumphs. One such story speaks of an unexpected sandstorm during a critical testing phase in the Negev desert. Visibility was near zero. However, the system's advanced radar, developed in partnership with Elta Systems, managed to lock onto and intercept the target, earning it the nickname the Desert Falcon among the engineers. Beyond its technical marvels, David's Sling stood as a symbol of international collaboration. The bond between Israeli and American defense teams ran deep. Shared meals, exchanged cultural tales, and mutual respect transformed a professional partnership into a familial bond. It's whispered that during one late-night work session, an American engineer introduced his Israeli counterparts to the art of making s'mores, drawing chuckles, and forming memories. While David's Sling was primarily developed for defense, its influence extended to academia. Universities in Israel saw a surge in enrollments for defense and aerospace courses, with students inspired by the cutting-edge technologies showcased by systems like David's Sling. Professor Leah Goldstein of the Technion Institute once mused, "To witness young minds so inspired by a defense system is to see hope for a future of continued innovation." A lesser-known curiosity about David's Sling lies in its software algorithms. Some of the predictive trajectory algorithms were inspired by patterns in nature, particularly the flight patterns of migratory birds. Birds, with their innate ability to navigate vast distances with precision, became an unexpected muse for a missile defense system. Throughout its journey, David's Sling was more than just a piece of defense machinery. It was a beacon of hope, a testament to human ingenuity, and a reflection of Israel's determination to protect its skies and its people. Major General Eyal Zamir, once reflecting on the system's significance, remarked at a gathering in Jerusalem, "Just as David's humble sling protected a future king, our David's sling stands guard, ensuring a peaceful future for our nation." Echoes of the invisible battlefield, Israel's dance with electronic shadows. As dawn broke over the Mediterranean, Israel's landscapes pulsated not just with the rhythms of daily life, but also with the invisible waves of electronic signals. The modern battlefield isn't merely about tanks, aircraft, or infantry. It's increasingly about the unseen, the intangible, the electronic. And in this realm of invisible warfare, Israel has masterfully orchestrated a ballet of jamming, radar advancements, and countermeasures. The roots of Israel's electronic warfare journey can be traced back to the 1960s. It was an era of Cold War tensions, space races, and the nascent buzz of computer technology. Amidst this global backdrop, a young engineer named Yitzhak Shavit, stationed at a secret base in the Negev desert, began experimenting with early jamming techniques. Little did he know that his work would lay the foundation for Israel's electronic warfare legacy. The Yom Kippur War of 1973 was a watershed moment in Israel's defense narrative. With adversaries deploying advanced radar systems, Israel realized the critical importance of not just evading but also deceiving these electronic eyes. The lessons from this conflict accelerated Israel's electronic warfare programs, leading to the development of sophisticated jamming devices and decoys. By the 1980s, Israel's electronic warfare capabilities had grown leaps and bounds. Tales from Operation Wooden Leg, a daring airstrike in 1985, narrate how Israeli aircraft, equipped with cutting-edge jamming equipment, managed to elude sophisticated enemy radar systems, striking targets with unparalleled precision. Major General Amos Yadlin, reflecting on the operation, remarked in Tel Aviv, "In the symphony of warfare, electronic measures are the unsung, yet crucial, harmonies." Yet electronic warfare wasn't just about offense, it was equally about defense. The 1990s saw Israel focusing on developing systems that could protect its assets from electronic threats. One such marvel was the Sky Shield, an airborne system designed to protect aircraft from missile threats by confusing enemy targeting systems. Anecdotes from its testing phase are filled with tales of missiles veering off course, as if bewitched by an invisible sorcerer. One curiosity in Israel's electronic warfare journey was the Silent Sparrow. This enigmatic device, rumored to have been developed in the early 2000s, was said to emit electronic waves that could pacify even the most aggressive of electronic threats. While much about the Silent Sparrow remains cloaked in mystery, its very existence showcases Israel's relentless pursuit of electronic mastery. Amidst the shadows of electronic warfare, human tales of ingenuity and determination shine brightly. Stories are told of Rivka Cohen, a brilliant mathematician from Haifa who developed algorithms that could predict and counteract electronic threats in real time. Her work, often described as mathematical poetry, played a pivotal role in enhancing Israel's electronic defense mechanisms. Throughout its electronic warfare odyssey, Israel has been guided by the philosophy that, in the age of technology, mastery over the electronic spectrum is as crucial as mastery over land, sea, or air. Dr. Eli Fisher, a pioneer in radar technology, once mused during a lecture at the Technion Institute, "The electronic battlefield is like a game of chess. You have to anticipate your opponent's moves, think several steps ahead, and always be ready to adapt." Whispers of sand, Israel's dance with the desert's wrath. In the sprawling embrace of the Negev, where golden sands stretch as far as the eye can see, and where the sun blazes with unyielding ferocity, tales of valor, innovation, and survival have been etched by the winds of time. For Israel, the desert isn't just a geographical feature, it's a crucible, a challenge, and a testament to the nation's indomitable spirit. The story begins in the aftermath of Israel's declaration of independence in 1948. The young nation found itself ensnared in battles on multiple fronts, with the arid expanse of the Negev being a critical theatre. Early Israeli defense forces, led by the visionary Ariel Sharon, faced not only the might of enemy armies, but also the ruthless temperament of the desert. Sharon, reflecting on those early days during a gathering in Beersheba in 1965, remarked, "The desert doesn't yield easily, but neither do we." Water scarcity, extreme temperature fluctuations, and treacherous terrains made desert warfare a daunting endeavor. Yet, it was in these very challenges that Israel saw opportunities for innovation. The 1950s witnessed the development of the Desert Fox vehicles. Custom-built for the Negev's landscapes, these nimble vehicles could traverse dunes and wadis with an agility that belied their ruggedness. Tales abound of Desert Fox convoys outmaneuvering enemy patrols, their tracks disappearing in the shifting sands, leaving pursuers baffled and awed. But the desert's challenges weren't just about mobility. The searing heat posed a threat to both man and machine. Enter Dr. Yael Zohar, a pioneer in bioclimatic engineering. In the 1970s, she spearheaded a project that led to the creation of desert suits, uniforms designed to regulate body temperature, ensuring soldiers could operate efficiently even in the harshest conditions. Anecdotes from soldiers narrate how these suits, often jokingly called Zohar's magic cloaks, made the unbearable desert heat almost comfortable. The desert night, with its plummeting temperatures, brought its own set of challenges. The solution? Night Eyes, a series of thermal imaging and infrared devices developed in the 1980s. These tools transformed the nocturnal desert landscape from a veil of darkness into a canvas of clarity. Major Eli Cohen, during a night operation in the Sinai Peninsula, once quipped, "With these, we see the desert's secrets." Yet, the desert wasn't just a realm of warfare, it was also a teacher. Soldiers spoke of the Desert Code, an unwritten set of survival principles passed down through generations. One such principle was the art of listening to the sands. An old Bedouin tale narrated how the desert, if listened to closely, whispered warnings of approaching storms or enemy movements. Beyond the tales of technology and tactics, the Negev bore witness to moments of profound humanity. Stories are told of enemy soldiers, lost and dehydrated, being rescued by Israeli patrols. In the vastness of the desert, animosities often gave way to shared human struggles. Captain Amir Levy, recalling such an incident during the Six-Day War, reflected, "In the heart of the desert, we're all but wanderers seeking shade." Guardian of Steel, the tale of the trophy and the titans, its shields. In the vibrant tapestry of Israel's defense innovations, there exists a thread shimmering with unparalleled brilliance, the Trophy Active Protection System. Not just a guardian, but a silent savior. The trophy's tale is one of determination, ingenuity, and the relentless pursuit to protect the behemoths of the battlefield. Our story begins in the early 2000s, a time when armored titans like the Merkava roamed the landscapes, their might unquestioned. But the winds of change carried whispers of new threats, sophisticated anti-tank missiles that could pierce even the thickest armor. The need of the hour was not just thicker shields, but smarter ones. Enter Dr. Oren Gutfeld, a visionary at Rafael Advanced Defense Systems. Inspired by the agility of desert foxes that could instinctively dodge threats, Dr. Gutfeld dreamt of a system that could predict and counter incoming missiles. By 2005, the first prototype of the trophy was born. Unlike passive armor, the trophy was a proactive guardian. Using advanced radar, it could detect threats, calculate their trajectory, and unleash a burst of countermeasures, neutralizing the threat before it could strike. The true mettle of the trophy was tested during an exercise in the Negev desert in 2010. As the sun painted the skies with hues of gold and crimson, a Merkava equipped with the trophy stood in the vast expanse. From a distance, a missile roared, its target clear. Soldiers watched with bated breath as the trophy sprang to life, intercepting the missile in a ballet of precision and power. The tank stood unscathed, its guardian having passed the test with flying colors, But the real world wasn't a controlled environment. The Gaza border skirmishes of 2011 were the crucible where the trophy showcased its prowess. In one heart-stopping moment, a missile locked onto an IDF tank. The trophy's radar, humming like a vigilant hawk, detected the threat. In milliseconds, countermeasures were deployed, and the missile was rendered harmless, its fury extinguished mid-air. The tank crew, realizing the gravity of the moment, coined a phrase that would resonate in defense circles: "Under the trophy's watch, we stand invincible." Tales of the trophy's effectiveness spread like wildfire. International delegations visited Israel, their interest piqued. A story circulates about a Russian general, known for his stoic demeanor, who upon witnessing the trophy's capabilities exclaimed in awe, "It's not just technology, it's magic." Yet the trophy's journey wasn't devoid of challenges. Early versions faced issues with false alarms, leading to a few hair-raising moments. An anecdote speaks of Captain Yael Levy, a tank commander, who during a routine patrol near the Golan Heights faced multiple system alerts. Trusting her instincts over technology, she maneuvered her tank out of harm's way, narrowly avoiding an ambush. Her feedback led to crucial system refinements, reinforcing the synergy between man and machine. The trophy's impact wasn't just tactical, it was psychological. Knowing that their armored steeds were guarded by such an advanced system boosted the morale of tank crews. Lieutenant General Moshe Ya'alon, reflecting on the trophy's influence, once said at a defense expo in Tel Aviv, "True defense isn't just about metal and machines, it's about the spirit of the warriors. The trophy fortifies both." Shadows of Valor, the silent echoes of Sayeret Matkal. In the heart of Israel, where ancient tales of heroism merge seamlessly with modern feats of bravery, there exists a group so elite, their very mention sends ripples of reverence. They are the silent warriors, the shadows of valor, the members of Sayeret Matkal. Founded in 1957 by the visionary Avraham Arnan, an intelligence officer with a foresight that transcended his time, Sayeret Matkal was conceived not just as a unit, but as an idea. An idea that in the realm of defense, sometimes strength lies in stealth, power in precision, and valor in vigilance. Arnan, reflecting on the unit's inception during a covert gathering in Jerusalem, whispered words that would become legendary: "We are the silent echo of Israel's heartbeat." The training grounds of Sayeret Matkal, shrouded in mystery, lie nestled in the Judean hills. Here, rugged terrains become classrooms, and the relentless desert sun, a strict teacher. Recruits undergo rigorous training, both physical and mental. A tale often recounted speaks of a young recruit named Eliav, tasked with navigating treacherous terrains with a broken compass. Undeterred, Eliav used the stars as his guide, completing the mission with an audacity that left even seasoned instructors in awe. But Sayeret Matkal's legend isn't built on training alone. Their real-world operations read like tales of cinematic espionage. Operation Spring of Youth, carried out in 1973, saw a small team infiltrate deep into enemy territory, their faces disguised, blending seamlessly with locals. Their mission, the elimination of key figures responsible for the Munich Olympics massacre. Their success, absolute. Yet beyond the missions and the accolades, it's the human stories that define Sayeret Matkal. Stories like that of Yoni Netanyahu, the older brother of future Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. A commander with an indomitable spirit, Yoni's leadership during the audacious Entebbe rescue operation in 1976 remains etched in history. His letters, filled with reflections on duty and sacrifice, reveal a soul as poetic as it was brave. In one he mused, "Life is woven with delicate threads of duty, love, and a thirst for action. We, in the shadows, embrace them all." Curiosities about Sayeret Matkal abound. Did you know that their emblem, a sword within a shield, was inspired by an ancient coin discovered in the ruins of Masada? Or that many of its members, post their service, have found success in diverse fields, from technology startups to Vineyards, embodying the spirit of versatility they're trained in? The influence of Sayeret Matkal transcends borders. International Special Forces units often seek to learn from their tactics. An anecdote speaks of a British SAS officer on a covert visit to Israel, being so impressed with Sayeret Matkal's techniques that he remarked, "They don't just think out of the box, they redefine it." In the bustling cafes of Tel Aviv, where daily life hums with vibrancy, whispers about Sayeret Matkal often float. Tales of their valor, recounted in hushed tones, become modern legends. A favorite among these is the story of a lone operative, codenamed the Ghost, who infiltrated enemy lines, retrieved critical intelligence, and vanished, all in a night, leaving behind nothing but a legacy. Sentinels of sand and stone, Israel's technological veil, in a land where ancient stone walls whisper tales of bygone eras, Israel has woven a new narrative, one that merges the age-old need for security with the brilliance of modern technology. This story is not of towering fortresses or valiant guards, but of the invisible sentinels that stand vigilant along Israel's borders. The 1970s marked the inception of this technological journey. With increasing border tensions, Israel recognized the need for a security approach that transcended mere patrols and watchtowers. Yosef Tekoa, a diplomat and visionary, mused during a Knesset assembly in 1974, "Our borders aren't just lines on a map, they are living entities. We must make them breathe, see, and sense." Heeding this call, the Smart Fence project was born. But this wasn't any ordinary fence. Infused with sensors, cameras, and vibration detectors, it could detect the faintest touch or the stealthiest intruder. Nestled along the border with Lebanon, this fence became Israel's silent watcher, its eyes and ears attuned to every rustle and whisper. Yet the challenges posed by the borders were multi-dimensional. The Gaza Strip, with its intricate network of tunnels, required a solution that delved deep. Enter the underground sentinels, a series of seismic sensors capable of detecting subterranean activities. Deployed in the early 2000s, these sensors transformed the underground maze into a canvas of clarity. An anecdote from a border patrol officer, Captain Avi Ronan, captures the essence of this transformation. He once remarked, "With these sensors, the earth itself sings to us, revealing its secrets." But what of the vast expanses, the desert stretches where sand dunes shift, and where surveillance from the ground posed challenges? The answer lay in the skies. By the 1990s, Israel had deployed an intricate network of surveillance balloons. Floating gracefully, equipped with high-resolution cameras, these balloons became Israel's eyes in the sky. There's a tale often shared in the Negev camps of how one such balloon, nicknamed Elijah by the troops, once detected a lone camel miles away, leading to a humorous chase as officers tried to determine if it was a lost local or a crafty decoy. Behind these technological marvels were brilliant minds, innovators who dedicated their lives to ensuring Israel's security. One such figure was Dr. Naomi Ehrlich, an engineer from Haifa. Her work in enhancing the sensitivity of border sensors earned her the moniker the Whisperer. Reflecting on her journey during a tech conference in Tel Aviv, she shared, "In the cacophony of the world, it's the faintest sounds that often carry the most profound stories." Yet border security wasn't just about deterrence. It was also about connection. Stories abound of how these technologies, on multiple occasions, helped save lives. Like the time when thermal cameras along the Jordanian border detected a group of lost hikers, their body heat signatures glowing like beacons in the cold desert night, leading to a timely rescue. Israel's borders, with their amalgamation of ancient landscapes and cutting-edge technology, stand as a testament to the nation's resilience and innovation. They echo the words of David Ben-Gurion, Israel's first prime minister, who once remarked, "In the wilderness of sand and stone, our true strength lies not in walls, but in our ability to see, sense, and safeguard." Guardians of the Deep Blue, Israel's Odyssey in naval mastery. Beyond the arid stretches and ancient citadels, Israel's narrative extends into the vastness of the Mediterranean. Here, beneath the dance of waves and the embrace of the deep blue, lies a tale of naval prowess, of silent submarines, vigilant patrol boats, and the relentless pursuit of maritime dominance. Our journey commences in the 1950s, a time when Israel's young navy was finding its footing. The nation understood that its survival wasn't just tethered to the land, but was intrinsically linked to the waters that caressed its shores. Admiral Yochai bin Nun, a visionary of his time and one of the pioneers of Israel's naval force, was once heard reflecting at the naval base in Haifa, "Our destiny isn't just carved in stone, it's etched in the currents of the sea." By the 1970s, the Israeli Navy took a significant leap with the acquisition of its first submarines from Britain. Dubbed the Gal class, these silent predators of the deep became the embodiment of stealth and strategy. An anecdote from those early days speaks of a training exercise where a Gal submarine, undetected, sneaked into a fleet of Allied ships, showcasing its prowess in covert operations. The exercise, though just a drill, sent ripples through the naval community about Israel's emerging submarine capabilities. Yet the seas were not without challenges. The threat of enemy missiles targeting naval vessels necessitated innovation. Enter the Sea Dome, an adaptation of the Iron Dome, specifically tailored for naval vessels. Deployed in the early 2000s, the Sea Dome stood as a sentinel, its radar scanning the skies, ready to intercept any threat. Captain Miriam Levinsky, while recounting the system's first successful interception during a skirmish near the Gaza coast, remarked, "With the Sea Dome, our ships don't just sail, they soar." The coastal waters also bore witness to the agility of Israel's patrol boats. The Devorah-class fast patrol boats, introduced in the 1980s, became the bane of adversaries attempting covert infiltrations. These nimble vessels, with their state-of-the-art navigation systems, could dart through the waters, intercepting threats with unmatched precision. A tale often shared in the naval circles is of Lieutenant Daniel Rothman, who, during a stormy night, maneuvered his Devorah boat through treacherous waters to thwart an infiltration attempt. His heroics earned him the title Storm Rider among his peers. Behind these maritime marvels were the unsung heroes, the engineers and innovators. Names like Dr. Eitan Shalom, the brain behind many of Israel's naval defense systems, come to mind. Dr. Shalom, in a rare interview in the 1990s, shared his philosophy: "The sea is unpredictable, ever-changing. Our innovations must be 2 steps ahead, always." Yet, amidst the tales of technology and tactics, the Mediterranean bore witness to moments of profound camaraderie. Stories abound of Israeli sailors rescuing fishermen from neighboring nations, of shared meals on the high seas, and of melodies that transcended borders. As Admiral Gideon Raz, a veteran of many naval operations, once said during a gathering in Ashdod, "On land, we may be divided by borders, but at sea, we are united by waves." From Battlegrounds to Vineyards, Israel's dual-use Odyssey. Amidst the undulating hills of Israel, where ancient olive groves stand testament to time, a different kind of evolution has been quietly unfolding. It's the journey of innovations born in the crucible of military research, finding their way into the everyday lives of civilians, transforming fields as diverse as agriculture and medicine. The tale begins in the late 1960s, a time of fervor and fortitude. Israel, always at the forefront of defense innovations, embarked on numerous research projects. Little did they know that these military endeavors would sow the seeds for civilian revolutions. Dr. Yael Cohen, a prominent researcher at the Israel Defense Forces Technological Unit in those early days, once mused, "In our quest for defense, we often stumble upon the unexpected, solutions for life." By the 1970s, Israel's deserts witnessed one such serendipitous discovery. Military research into durable fabrics for tents led to the development of a material that could conserve moisture and resist the harsh desert sun. This material was soon adapted for agricultural use, giving birth to the now renowned Israeli drip irrigation system. The Negev desert, once barren, began to bloom with vineyards and orchards, a testament to the unexpected fruits of military research. Yet the Odyssey didn't stop at the fields. The corridors of Tel Aviv's bustling hospitals bore witness to another transformation. In the 1980s, military research into laser technologies, initially intended for missile guidance, found an unexpected ally: ophthalmologists. Dr. Eliezer Avrahami, a pioneer in laser eye surgery, recalls his astonishment upon realizing the potential of this technology. "It was as if the skies had parted, revealing a beam of hope for countless patients," he remarked during a medical conference in Jerusalem. The ripples of these dual-use innovations reached even the realms of digital communication. In the early 2000s, military algorithms designed for secure communication were adapted for civilian use, paving the way for some of Israel's groundbreaking tech startups. One such venture was birthed in a garage in Haifa by former military communications officer Miriam Lior. Today, her company stands as a global leader in secure digital transactions. However, the journey of these innovations was often strewn with challenges and serendipitous moments. Anecdotes abound of chance meetings leading to breakthroughs, like the time when military engineer Dan Ravid, while sipping coffee in a Jerusalem cafe, chanced upon a conversation between farmers lamenting crop losses. His insights into thermal imaging, intended for nighttime military operations, soon transformed into a technology that could detect crop diseases, saving countless harvests. Behind each of these innovations were individuals whose lives were intertwined with their research. Figures like Dr. Isaac Reuven, whose work in military prosthetics, inspired by the injuries of his brother during the Yom Kippur War, led to advancements in civilian prosthetic technology. Reflecting on his journey, Dr. Reuven shared words that resonated across sectors. "In the heart of adversity lies the seed of innovation." As the chapters of Israel's technological saga close, we're left in awe of a narrative that spans millennia, from ancient citadels to cutting-edge innovations. A land where the spirit of King David resonates in the hum of modern machinery, where the desert whispers tales of bygone heroes and present-day pioneers. In the words of the visionary David Ben-Gurion, "In order to be a realist, you must believe in miracles." Indeed, in the heart of Israel, amidst the echoes of history, the miracles of innovation continue to unfold, crafting a tale of resilience, ingenuity, and an undying quest for a safer tomorrow.